Hello all, welcome to part 5 of Hybrid TestNG Framework using Page Object Model and Page Factory design patterns. So let's get started. Till the previous session, I have removed the hard coding of the test data and other configuration data, right? Now there is one more item that need to be removed, okay, from the individual test, okay, to remove the hard coding. That is, if I open this login.java, you can clearly see there are a lot of locators, guys. Okay, the data has now been removed from hard coding. Okay, earlier the data was hard coded. Now we moved the data to the config.properties file, test data.properties file. Some data we are reading from the Excel file. Okay, and some data we are reading from the utilities. Okay, and all so on. Now, what about these locators? What about these locators? These locators you can also call as objects, guys. Okay, web elements, objects, locators, whatever the name you call. These locators or objects or web elements are still hard coded. They're hard coded. If any particular element locator changes, I have to go to individual test methods and update them. That is going to be a difficult process. What if I centralize these locators? Instead of writing them here, if I remove the hard coding of the locators from the individual tests and move them to a centralized place, that's going to be a good thing, right? From a single place, I can modify these locators, okay? And locators will no more be hard coded in this individual tests. But there is a problem, guys. What if we have thousands of tests and the thousands of tests individually have a lot of locators? You see, in a single file, if I centralize in a single file, if I have thousands of locators, if I have thousands of locators in a single file, is it possible for me to identify a particular locator and modify that according to my needs in my tests? No, right? Okay. If I have a lot of locators, that's not possible. I cannot put all these locators into a single file. So this concept will not work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to implement a concept known as or approach known as page object model. You can call it as an approach or design pattern. Okay, it is a design pattern approach, page object model design pattern. By using this or by following this approach, what you can do is, so you will not put all the locators in thousands of tests into this single file. Rather, you will create separate classes. For example, if I take you to this login page of this application, we have some elements like email address, password field, login button. 3 elements are there for now. Okay, let's assume. These 3 elements I'm going to put inside a file named on the login page. I'll create a class known as login page.java, and into this login page.java, I'll put email locator, password locator, login button, and any other locators on this page, which are not there on other pages. Similarly, I'll create one more class and would like to put all the objects or locators of these elements, that is first name, last name, email, telephone, password confirm, yes, no, privacy policy, continue, whatever the options are there in the register. I would like to create register page.java and put the locators, centralize the locators of that register page into this register page.java, and all the individual tests will access the locators from their individual page classes. Okay, we are not going to put all the locators into a single centralized class. Rather, we are going to divide these objects or locators across multiple page classes. Login page related locators will be there in the login page. Register page locators will be there in the register page. Okay, and so on. And so on, different classes will create. For each and every page, we are going to create a separate page according to the page object model design pattern. And the tests, login tests, register tests, okay, whatever the tests we have written, right, they will be accessing this locators from the required classes like this. Okay, from the required classes, they will be accessing the locators like this. Okay, we are going to centralize the locators, but not at a single place. But this is nothing but centralization of the locators, but we are not centralizing the locators in a single file. Rather, we are categorizing, organizing these locators across multiple page class files. Okay, let me show you this practically, guys. So let's get started with this login.java. So let's see where the locators are. For example, here by.xpath, this is my account. This locator is my account related options. Okay, these are my account, guys. Okay, if you can see on the top, this is my account. Okay, so once we land on this application here, guys, in the script, if you can see, once you open the browser and open the application URL, then you are clicking on which option here? You are clicking on my account option. Where is the my account option? This is my account option. You are clicking, right? So this my account belongs to which page? It's there as part of every page, guys. Okay. If you go to login page also, this my account option will be there. If you go to the register page also, my account option will be there. Every page it is there. So what I will do is I'll stick this my account to home page. Okay. So if it is part of every page, I'll stick it to the home page. So I'll take this my account as part of the home page, guys. Okay. So what I will do now is to centralize this locator, I will create a package here first. Under src main Java, I will create a package known as new. I'll say package com dot tutorials ninja dot qa dot I'll say pages, or you can say page objects also. Anything is fine. Okay, you can either say pages. Some people say page objects. Click on finish. Okay, pages or page objects. You can give any package name here. Under this, I'll create a class known as, this is home page, right? My account is available on the home page for now. Okay, I'll say home page. I'll just name the class as home page and click on finish. Inside this home page, I'll create the web element. Web element, I'll say web element from Selenium, guys. This web element is an interface in Selenium. What is the name of the web element? That is nothing but this my account drop menu. I'll say web element my account drop menu, right? So I'll write down here my account drop menu. Okay, option. Pour the mouse on this web element and import this web element from Selenium. That's one thing you have to do. Okay, I created one web element. And here on the top of this web element, I'll provide an annotation known as @find by annotation. Okay, @find by annotation. This annotation is also provided by Selenium, guys. This annotation is also provided by Selenium, and @find by is from Page Factory design pattern. Okay, what is Page Factory design pattern and why it is provided by Selenium? So, guys, what I mean to say here is, we are going to implement a process or approach known as page object model design pattern. It is a general one, guys. Okay, it's not belonging to Selenium or something. Okay, it's a normal thing. Even developer can also use page object model design pattern as part of developing an application and all. Okay, but here in our automation, as automation engineers, we are using this page object model design pattern. It is not a library or something. It just we are categorizing our objects or locators of the web elements of the different pages in individual pages, according to organizing according to the pages. Okay, that's what we are doing. But there's a possibility of stale element reference exception. Okay, if you only use page object model, there is a possibility of stale element reference exception. I already covered about the stale element reference exception in the previous sessions. Let me just show you where I covered. So here is my series. Stale element. Did I cover it or exception? Okay, looks like it's not covered yet. Stale element reference exception is not covered. Okay, let me cover then in that case. Okay, what is the stale element reference exception? You have to learn it, guys. Okay, it's very important. Let me again check, cross check this series, whatever I covered so far. Okay, did I cover anywhere stale element reference exception? Let me see once. Okay, yeah, it's covered, guys. It's already covered as part of session 15 of this Selenium for full course detail series. Okay, the same series, guys, I covered in the session 15 stale element reference exception. So you already know what is stale element reference exception now, right? So the simple thing is, with page object model, there is a possibility of this stale element reference exception, because you are creating the web elements by organizing them according to different pages. But when you move from one page to another page, when you move from login page to register page or registered page to login page, okay, what happens during this process is, when you move to another page from a page and come back to the page, the previously created web elements, okay, will be broken. That is, web element is equal to driver dot find element, something you will write, right? The connection between that web element and the other side, that is driver.find element, will be lost. Equal to web element is equal to driver.find. That equal to connection will be lost, guys. Okay. Again, you have to assign the driver.find element to the element. That's the problem. Otherwise, you will get stale element reference exception, and assigning the driver.find element again to the web element is not a easy thing. So to make this process simple, Selenium, guys, to support this page object model design pattern, has introduced a design pattern known as page factory. What is the design pattern? Page factory design pattern. Page factory design pattern they have introduced. Okay, page factory. So what we are going to do with this page factory design pattern is we are going to auto initialize these web elements. Okay, whenever you go to another page and come back to the page, okay, we'll do a process where we'll auto initialize. I'll show you where it will be auto initialized. But for now, to get started, we have to create this web element and give the web element. And here, instead of writing web element is equal to driver.find element, we'll be simply providing @find by, and beside that we'll provide xpath is equal to, what is the xpath here? For this this xpath we'll copy paste. Okay. So we'll write this, we'll create the web elements in a different way as part of this page factory design pattern. Okay. To support the page object model design pattern, Selenium guys have given us the page factory. According to the page factory design pattern, if you have to create a web element, you have to create the web element name. On the top of the web element, we have to say @find by annotation from Selenium. And in the circular brackets, we have to provide the locator type and locator value. We have to provide. Okay. So now, next one. Now we need to click on the login button, where login option. Okay. After clicking on the my account, I have to click on the login option. Login option is part of every page. So I'll stick this to the home page for now. So I'll create a web element in the home page, another web element. Okay. Whatever the web elements I need to operate, only those web elements. Okay. I cannot, create web elements for each and everything. Okay. So based on my test case, whatever the elements that I need to work on, when the time comes, I'll be creating the web elements and using them in my automation script. That's it. Okay. I don't have to create hundreds of locators at the same time in the home page. Okay. The home page, if you see from top to bottom, there are a lot of elements, but I'm not going to work on them at a go. Based on my automation test, based on when I'm creating my automation test, if a particular element is required and that particular element is part of the page, only then I'll be creating the web elements here. Okay. Only then I'll be creating. For now, I only need login. So I'll work on only login, guys, not other things. Okay. I'll only work on login. That's the login option. Here, I'll say @find by. What is the locator we have? Already we have created the locators for the login. It is a link text, guys. The value is login. I'll simply say link text is equal to, in double quotes, I'll give the login. That's it. Two web elements are created, guys. Now let's see what next is there. So what I'm going to do next is, here I'll come back to the login.java, guys. I'll come back to the login.java. Okay. Here homepage.java I created for now. Here what I will do is, so I need to remove the hard coding of these locators, right? These two things. Okay. I need to remove the hard coding of these two things. What I will do for that is, in the home page, I'll create a constructor here. Okay, I'll create a constructor here, guys. Okay. After creating the web elements in the home page, I'll create a constructor. I'll name this constructor public. And also these web elements, I'll make it private. Okay. It's better to make it private because I don't want these web elements to be accessed outside and updated anywhere. So I'll just make them private, but this constructor is going to be public. Public homepage. The name of the class should be the same as the name of the constructor, and return type will not be there. That is a constructor only. Now, to this constructor, what I will do is I'll create a something like a WebDriver. I'll create a parameter. Okay, WebDriver. I'll create. Over the mouse on this WebDriver, I import this WebDriver from Selenium. And here also, in this homepage also, I'll create a variable like WebDriver like this. And to this driver, I have to assign this driver. Okay, for that, I'll say this dot driver is equal to driver. Okay, this dot driver is equal to driver, I will say. After doing that, I will say this constructor will be called when you create an object for the home page. Okay, you see, I'll create an object for the home page here. Before this line, I'll create an object for the home page. Home page is equal to new home page. What will happen when I create an object for the home page? Import this home page. Import this home page from pages package. From this package, we imported the home page. This constructor cannot be empty, guys, because if you see here, the constructor has a parameter. You have to pass the driver here. Which driver you will pass? This particular driver I'll pass here. Simple. I'll pass the driver that I got by initializing the browser and opening the application URL. I'll pass it from here. Okay. Now this constructor will be called the driver of this particular login class will be passed to the home page constructor, and it will be assigned to the driver of the home page class. Okay. Driver from the login.java before method is coming and falling into the assigned to the driver of the home page. Okay. This dot driver is called driver. Now the next step that I want to do is I want to initialize all these web elements automatically. To overcome that stale element reference exception, page factory design pattern by Selenium provides a line here. Okay. As part of page factory design pattern, we have to write a line here. Page factory dot init elements. Okay. The name is init elements. Just select this. We have to say in the first argument, you have to provide driver, whatever the driver that you have to assign, right? The driver I am passing driver, and this side I'll say this. This means this particular homepage.java. Instead of writing homepage.class, instead of writing like this, I'll write this, which both are same. Okay. Initialize the elements which are there in the home page. It simply says that we are instructing the page factory to automatically initialize. When the constructor is called automatically initialize, that means the connection between this web element and this part, locator part, here driver.find element will not be there. This element will be attached to this locator. This element will be attached to this locator. Okay. That is happening automatically when I create an object for the home page. The moment I create an object for the home page, this constructor will be called, and all these web elements will be initialized automatically to overcome the stale element reference exception. Okay. The constructor is created. What next? Now everything is fine so far. Now what I want to do is inside this home page, I'll create some methods. Okay. These are objects, guys. Okay. These web elements are objects. We generally call this web elements as objects. And now I'm going to create some methods. These are called as actions. Actions means performing some actions. Using these web elements, we are going to perform some actions. Clicking on something, entering text into something. All these are actions. Okay, I'll create some actions here. Okay, so I'll select public void. Click on my account. Drop menu. Okay, like this I can write. Click on my account, drop menu. Okay, click on my account also, you can say click on my account and just provide the body for that method. And here inside this method, I'll write down my account is a web element having this locator. I'll simply say my account web element dot click. I'll say like this. I'll create a method, guys. Okay, for each and every web element here, I'll create a method like this. Okay, now second action I'll create. So I need to select the login option. Okay, public void. Okay, public void. I'll simply say select login option. Okay, select login option. And now I'll say login option dot click. Okay, login option dot click. Fine. After creating these methods, I'll save this and go to the login.java. Here I create an object for the home page. Using the object reference of the home page, I can call these methods because these are public, whereas web elements are private intentionally. These private web elements can only be accessed by these public methods. You cannot access these private elements outside this class. Okay, like that. So what I will do here is I'll say homepage dot click on my account. That's it. You don't have to write this line anymore. Now driver.find element dot click, login option dot click. Instead of that, I'll say homepage dot select login option. That's it. Okay, like this will do. Tomorrow, if any locator value changes for this my account, I know that this my account is part of the homepage.java. I'll update the locator value here. I don't have to go to the individual test and update. Here hard coding is removed. Hard coding of the locators is removed from the individual tests. That's what is the main intention of page object model design pattern. And to support the page object model design pattern, we got page factory design pattern given by Selenium. Page object model design pattern doesn't belong to Selenium. It is a normal general design pattern used by anyone. So, but when you implement the page object model design pattern, because of this tail element reference exception possibility, because of that breaking of the web element is called driver.findElement part, Selenium guys have provided us another design pattern to support this page object model design pattern known as page factory that have already shown in the home page. Okay. Once I create multiple home pages, it will be more clear for you regarding the page object model. Okay. So here homepage dot select login option. Then next one. What is the next one? Next is let's go down. Okay, let's go down. And here have some elements where in the first test, guys, I have some elements where this is a hard-coded locator that is in email address field in the login page, password field in the login page, and that is login button in the login page. Okay, these three items belong to the login page. So what I have to do, where I have to put these elements? These elements belong to login page. These elements, email address, password, and login button belong to the login page. So what I will do here is I'll create similar to home page. I'll create here under the pages or page objects package. We'll create another class known as login page. And in this login page, I'll create the required web elements that are needed by my script. Here, email address, password, and login button. Three elements are there. Email address, password, and login button. So what I will do in this login page is I'll create the web element. Web element. What is the web element? Email address field. Email address field, I will say. Hold the mouse on the web element, import this, done. And on the top of this web element, I'll say find by, and I'll import this find by from Selenium. And here, which locator? Let's see, ID locator, it's by.id. So I'll copy this ID value and simply say ID is equal to in double quotes, provide that ID value. That's it. One element is created inside the login page. Okay. So next one is web element, password field. And here also, I'll say @find by. If I go to the password field here, this is the ID of the password. ID locator is there. I'll simply say ID is equal to, I'll give the password. Then again, we have something like login button. I'll copy this and go here and write down web element login button. On top of this, I'll write @find by from page factory. So for login button, what locator is there? XPath is there. I'll copy this XPath and simply say XPath is equal to provide that inside this thing. Okay, like this. Now three elements came. These three elements are for now required. So I have to create a constructor, guys. Public login page constructor, and here I have to provide a parameter known as WebDriver. So we'll pass the driver from the test method, and here I'll import this WebDriver from Selenium, and at the global level also I'll create the login page driver, WebDriver, and now I'll say this dot driver is equal to, I'll assign the parameter driver to the class level driver, and here to initialize this web elements when the constructor is called, I'll write a page factory related statements, that is page factory dot init elements. Here I'll say driver, and the next argument I'll say this means login page dot java, and now I'll make all these web elements private. Okay, they should not be accessed outside this class. Only they should be restricted to this class. But if someone want to do actions, we have to create some public methods here. So these are objects and action methods we are going to create now. Okay. So action methods. What are the action methods needed here? If you see, the action methods are entering the email address, enter email address. Okay. So then enter password, click on the login button. These are the action steps. So I'll write down something like this: public void enter email address. Enter email address. I'll write some method like this, some understandable method name I'll write, and simply say email address field dot send keys. Here I have to provide the text. Which text I have to provide? I will receive this text from the calling statement, string email text. Okay, email text I'll say. We need to pass the text to this method when calling this method. So I'll do one thing. To call this method, what I have to do, guys? Here, I have to first create an object for the login page. Login page is equal to new login page. Okay, I'll pass the driver here from this test method, and here I'll import this login page from pages package. Here from this pages package, I'm importing the login page. Now using the login page, I'll call the method login page dot enter email address. Here, when you are entering the email address, it is expecting the email text. That email text is nothing but this email parameter. Okay. that email parameter. That's it. Okay, you don't have to give much. Remove this line. Similarly, I'll create one more, that is public void enter password. Okay, here password also I'll receive the password text string password text. Okay, then I'll say password field dot send keys. So this password text should be passed here, guys, and this email text should be passed here. Okay, that's what we are doing. Okay, password text. Now, who is calling this method? Let's see. From here, we'll call the method from the text login page dot enter password. I'll say I need to pass the password. This password I'll pass. Password that is received to this method as a data-driven testing, I'll pass here. This line is not required now. Now I need to click on the login button, which is also there on the login page only. Login page dot click on login button I have to write. For that I have to create an action method. Public void click on login button. Okay, on the page. Here I'll say login button dot click else. Okay, login button dot click. That's it. Now I'll go to the login.java and simply say login page dot click on login button. That's it. This line is not required. Once you click on the login button, okay, we'll optimize this code later, guys. For now, we'll write like this. Okay, we'll optimize this code. We'll try to reduce the number of lines. All those things will happen later. For now, whatever we are writing, just let's go in that same format. Okay, I'll go to the better way step by step. Okay, first we'll write in this way and later we'll change the things. So asset true driver.find element edit your account in. After I click on the login button, you are taken to account page. Edit your account information is on which page? Account page, right? This option is there on the, you see, once I enter a valid email address, valid password, and click on the login button, you'll be taken to which page? Account page. This edit your account information is on the account page. So what I have to do, before I remove the hard coding of this locator, I have to first create a page for class for which page? Account page. Okay, whenever you need, you just create the pages. Don't create all the pages at a go. Whenever you need only, you create. Okay, that will be the easiest approach. Okay, here I have to create a web element again. Same process, web element. Web element, what is the web element, guys? Web element is edit your account information option. Edit your account information option. Okay, and here I'll import this web element from Selenium, and on the top of the web element I'll find by. I'll import this find by from Selenium, and this edit your account information has which locator? It has link text locator. I'll copy this link text for now. I'll copy the link text. Just give me a second. This is the part I have to copy, and go to the account page, and here I'll say link text is equal to, in double quotes I'll give the value, guys. Okay, in double quotes I'm going to give the value. So once this is done, I have to create the constructor, guys. I have to create the constructor here, public account page, and here I have to pass the driver. The driver I'll say as a parameter. I'll import this web driver from Selenium, and also I create a page level page class level web driver also, web driver, and I'll assign this driver to this driver. So this dot driver is equal to driver. And also when this constructor is called, this web element or web elements in this particular page class should be automatically initialized. For that, page factory I'll use page factory dot init elements driver comma this means account page dot class. That's it. Okay. Now this should be private. This web element should be private, should not be accessed outside the class. Now here we will create an action method. What is the action method I need? I'll tell you. Okay, I'll go to the login.java, and here you see we are checking whether this option is displayed or not. Okay, edit your account information option is displayed or not. So I'll write the same thing, public verify okay, get display status of edit your account information option. Get display status of account information option. Okay, like this I'll write method. So public void for now. So here I'll say edit your account information dot is displayed. This will return a boolean value. So boolean display status Okay, is equal to either true or false. It will return this display status. I am going to return display status. Okay, and here I'll say boolean just because of that. Okay, we'll optimize the code later, guys. For now, I'll write in a descriptive manner. Okay, so when you call this method, this particular method will either return true or false. If this option is displayed, this method will return true to you. If this option is not displayed on the page, it will return false. I'll save this and go to the login, and here I'll write down here instead of writing is displayed and all the stuff. Okay, in this assert true, instead of writing is displayed, I'll remove this part from is displayed to here and simply write down. I need to first create an object for which page? Oh, that is account page, right? Account page, account page is equal to new account page and pass the driver from this test and hover the mouse on this account page and import this account page from this pages package. And now write down account page dot get display status of edit your account information option. This is a better way. Hard coding is removed. Okay, done. This test method is done, guys. We have removed the hard coding of the things completely. So now let's move to the another one. Okay, let's move to another one. Okay, so here I'll write down this part. Okay, again, email password are same, login button is same. So what I will do here is I'll write the same code here. I'll copy this, paste it here. So in place of entering the email address, I'll pass this utilities.general email timestamp. Okay, cut this and paste it here. This line is not required. Again, login page dot enter password. But while entering the password, which password we are entering? I'm getting the password from data properties invalid password. Okay, copy this and give it here. Okay, pass it here. The invalid password, you pass it to the method. Now I need to click on the login button, which is same, guys. Click on login button, which is same. So write the same thing here. Okay, wait, I have written here, right? I need to write here login page dot click on login button. So next, what is next? Here we are going to get a warning message. Actual warning message we are getting, but here the locator is hard coded. Warning message on which page this is? On the same login page, you will get the warning message. So I'll go to the login page.java and create one more web element here. Okay, based on my requirement, I'll create a web element, private web element. Okay, what is that warning message? Let's see. Okay, so email or username, email password not matching kind of warning message. Okay, email password not matching warning. Like this web element name I'll give @ find by. So I'll go to the login and I'll see the XPath is there, guys. XPath is there. I'll copy this XPath. Here we are retrieving the text, right? We are retrieving the text. I'll do the same thing. Close this. So I'll say XPath is equal to this XPath. Okay. So I'll create an action method. I'll create an action method, guys. What is the action method I'm going to create? Public void. Okay. Get X retrieve warning message text. Okay. What is the warning? Retrieve email password not matching warning message text. Email password not matching warning message text. Retrieve that. We have to return that particular text. How to retrieve that? For that, we'll copy this web element, email password not matching warning, just now created web element, and say dot get text. This will give you the string text. Okay, string. Okay, string text is equal to warning text is equal to otherwise. Warning text is equal to that I am going to return warning text. And here I'll make the return type as string. That's it. Okay, that's it, guys. Now go back to the login.java. So here, instead of writing get text and all, I'll simply write down login page dot retrieve email address password not matching text. That's it. Okay. That's it, guys. And expected is coming from the properties file, data properties file, and we are actually checking actual with the expected. Actual dot message contains expected warning or not. We are checking. So removing, we have completely removed the hard coding from the second test also. All the locators, hard coding of the locators are now removed with the help of this page object model design pattern, which is supported by page factory design pattern. Okay. Now let's move to another test. Here again, same thing, guys. Again the same thing. We have to write login page. Login page is equal to new login page of driver. The third test also, we have to do the same thing. After doing that, we have to say login page dot enter email address. When you are entering the email address, you have to write this part, and this line should be removed. Again, write down login page dot enter password. And here, which password? Prop.get property valid password. Copy this part and paste it here and remove this line. And here I'll say login page dot click on login button. Okay, it's login button. Done. Then actual warning message, same thing, right? Same warning message. Okay, here already we have written. So the same code we have to repeat here. Okay, so just copy paste these 3 lines and paste into the next one. Okay, so let's not do the hard work. Let's do the soft work like this. Just copy paste. Okay, done. This test is also done, guys. Now let's go to the next test. Let's go to the next text. So next text is here again, email address, password, login button. So what I'll do is I'll copy this login page. I need to create an object for the login page and say login page dot enter email address. Here I need to enter prop.get property valid email. I'll remove this line. Then next one, login page dot enter password. Fourth test this is, and we have to enter the password. This particular invalid password we are entering, and we are retrieving it from the properties file. That same thing we have to pass to this method. Remove this, and we have to click on the login button. For that, login page dot click on login button and remove this part. Then we have to retrieve the text, guys. We have to get the text. Same thing again. Email password not matching. The same 3 lines we have to copy paste. These are same. Okay. Copy paste the 3 lines. Hard coding of the locators is removed from the 4th test also. Now go to the 5th test where we are directly clicking on the login button. So what we'll do is, okay. So here also we have to create an object for the login page. Login page. Okay, like this. We have to create an object for login page and say directly click on the login button, right? We'll simply say login page dot click on login button. Remove this. It's not required anymore. And email password no match. Again, the same 3 lines I have to copy paste. Copy this and copy paste here. That's it. So this part is done. We have completely removed the Control Shift O and unused imports. Anything are there, they will be removed here. And okay, so we have completely removed the hard-coded locators from this login.java. Similarly, we have to remove the locators from hard-coded locators from restart.java and such.java also. Let's go to the restart.java. Let's complete this process in this session itself. Okay, let's convert everything into the page object model and remove the hard coding. I'll explain one more advantage of doing so. Okay, if you remove this hard coding of these locators from these individual test methods and move to the centralized page object model page classes, then what is another advantage? Maintenance is less now. Okay, hard coding is removed from the individual tests of the locators and maintenance is less now. You don't have to go to the individual test and modify the things. Rather, you can go to the respective page, and if any locator value changes, you know that in which page that particular locator belongs to, and you'll go to that particular page and modify the value of that locator. That's another advantage. There is one more advantage, guys. I will tell you after I change every automation test in these classes. At the end, I will tell you. Okay. So what is that? I'll tell you later. Okay. At the end of this session, I'll tell you. So here guys, let's go to the register.java. Again here, after initializing the browser, here again we are clicking on the home page. Already we have created an object, we have created the home page, right? Home page, directly create home page. Home page will be a bit easy now because you don't have to create a home page class again and pass the driver here. That's it. Import this home page from pages package and now say homepage dot, click on my account, homepage dot, click on homepage dot, click on my account. Okay, click on my account. Then this line is not required anymore. And now write down. I need to click on the register option, but I didn't create any web element. I didn't remove this hard coding. Okay, so where is this register option belong to? The same home page. Go to the home page. Earlier only two web elements we created, that is my account and login option. Now this time one more web element based on our requirement in the test we are creating, that is web element register option. I'll say register option, and this is also at the rate find by. This is also link text guys. Link text is equal to, I'll provide the link text from this class. Okay, that is register homepage. Just put it here. That's it. This is a private. Save this. And now I'll create an action path for this public void. Select register option. And here I'll say whatever the web element you created, that web element dot click. Once you create this, save all. Go back to the register.java. Remove the login.java. Go to the register.java. And here write down homepage dot select which option? Register option. Okay. Earlier we selected login option. Now in this particular test, we are in this particular register class, we are selecting the register option. Okay. Now driver.quit let it be there. Okay. Now, what else? Here verify registering an account with mandatory fields. Okay. This first test is there. Here, all these options are on which page? Once you go to the register page, all these options will be on the register page. Here, you have not created any register page.java. Create register page. Register page. All these elements are on the register page. Okay. This first name field and all those stuff. Let's create the web element first. Web element, first name field, pour the mouse on the web element and import this web element. And on the top of this, I write at the rate find by. And import this find by from Selenium from page factory. And go to the register.java guys. Go to the register.java. Here we have the ID. Copy this and come back here and say ID is equal to, give the ID. One web element is created and make it private guys. Okay, better. Create the as private there itself. Again, one more web element, last name, private, web element, last name field. Okay, now here at the rate find by ID is equal to ID of the last name field. Copy this. Done. What is the next item we have in the register.java? Next one is input email field. Copy this ID of the email field. Come back here to the register page. Create a web element, private, web element. Okay, email address field. Now at the rate find by, I'll say ID is equal to, provide the email address field, ID of the email address field. Now next item, that is input telephone, and copy this input telephone. Come back here and say private web element, telephone field, and I'll write down at the rate find by ID is equal to telephone, input telephone. Now next item, that is password field. So I'll write down private web element, password field, and here I'll write down the rate find by ID is equal to input password. Now next one, that is password confirm field, private web element, password confirm field, and here I'll write down at the rate find by ID is equal to, provide the ID of the password confirm field. Then what else? Then I have to select the privacy policy checkbox field. private web element, privacy policy checkbox field, privacy policy field otherwise, at the rate, find by, what is there guys? What is the locator actually? That is name locator. You see name locator is there. So I'll write name is equal to, provide that name. Next one is this one, continue button. On the register page, we have this continue button. Copy this. This is an XPath guys. I'll write private web element continue button. Here I'll write down a lot of elements are there on this page. Find by. I'll say XPath is equal to, give the XPath of that continue button. Any other things? Once I click on the continue button, we'll think about other stuff. Okay. Let's see. So first here, in the register page, we need to create a constructor, public register page, write down web driver as a parameter, and import this web driver guys. And now write down at a global level also create a web driver. Now write down this dot driver is equal to driver. Okay. And now page factory, same steps. Page factory dot init elements driver comma this means register page dot class. Okay, this class. Now let's create the action methods. Okay. Here let's create register page is equal to new register page and pass the driver from the test. And import this register page. And here write down register page dot is not coming because we have not created any action methods. Okay, I need to enter first name. So for that I'll create a method. In the register page I'll create a method is public void enter first name. Like this one method I'll create, and I'll write down first name field dot send keys. Here I have to enter some text. I'll say string first name text. I'll say this text I'll pass into the send keys. Okay. So whoever is calling this method has to pass a first name. So now I'll write down again register page dot enter dot and it's not save all register page dot, there is semicolon here, register page dot register page, is it correct? Register page dot, now it's coming, enter first name. Here we have to pass the first name using this. From the properties file, we are reading the first name, the same first name we are passing to the thing. This line is not required anymore. Now, second line, enter last name. So here one more method you have to create. Let's create methods first. Public void enter last name, string, last name text. And here I'll write down last name field dot set keys, and last name text should be passed. Next action method. Next action method is email address field, enter email address. Okay, public void enter email address, string email text. Write down this email address field dot send keys, this email text. Like this I'll create all the methods. Okay. So next one, telephone field guys. Okay, telephone field, enter telephone, public void enter telephone field, telephone, enter telephone number or something I'll give, string telephone text. Okay, on text I'll write down telephone field dot set keys telephone text. Done. Next one, telephone is done. Then password field, enter password, public void enter password, string password text. Okay, and simply say this password field dot send keys of this password text. Now confirm password, enter password confirms. Public void, enter confirm password, string, password confirm text. Or you can say password text also, the same password only, right? Password text. And now into which field? Password confirm field dot send keys, and you simply say password text. Next, select privacy policy. Select privacy policy. Public void. Public void. Select privacy policy. Let's get the web element, privacy policy field dot click. Then click on continue button. Continue button copy. Public void. Public void. Click on continue button. So continue button dot click. Done. Save this. Now go to the register.java. Now you'll get all the stuff. Here you see there is spelling mistake. Register page actually. Register page dot enter last name. Here you can get the last name from this data.get property. Copy that and paste it here, and this line is no more required. Now register page dot enter email address. I'll copy this part. Then is not required. Then register page dot enter telephone number. Copy this telephone number that you have to pass. Then remove this part. Enter password. Register page dot enter password. So give this password. Let's copy this. Remove this part. Then register page dot enter confirm password and give this part here and remove this part. We are removing the hard coding of the locators, guys. Nowhere the hard coding is there now. Okay, locators are now moved to the register page actually. So register page dot enter. Now select privacy policy. This part is not required now. Click on the continue button. Then register page dot click on continue button. Okay, this part is also done. Now, once you click on the continue button after entering the details, what will happen? Let's see. Let's go to the register page now and enter the details. Let's say some email address, some junk email address I'll give. 345 67890. Here 12345 I'll give. Here 12345 I'll give. And I'll select this and click on continue button. I'm taking to which page? Account success page. Account success page. So here this heading is around the account success page, guys. So whatever the heading we are creating next path for this heading we are creating an next path, right? This heading is in the which page? It's in the account success page. So I'll create account success page. Right click new class account success page, and now create the web element page heading. Okay, account success page heading, you can say otherwise. Put the mouse on this web element and import this and say @find by, and here this should be private. Okay, and import this find by from page factory. And then here if you go to this register.java, here we have the XPath for that heading. Okay, copy this XPath and go to the register page, not account success page, sorry. XPath is equal to double quotes provided XPath. Done. Now create the constructor public account success page, account success page, and here web driver Same steps, guys. In every page class, we have to follow the same steps. Import this web driver, and here also write web driver, and now write down this dot driver is equal to driver, and now write down the page factory dot init elements driver comma this means account page dot account success page dot class. Okay. Now once this is done, we write the actions class. So based on what we have to get the actions, we have to retrieve the text, right? We have to retrieve the heading, page heading. Public void retrieve account success page heading text heading. Okay. How to retrieve? For that, I'll write account success page heading dot get text. It will get the heading text. String on success page heading text, and I'll simply say return. Okay, here I'll say return account success page heading text, and here I'll say string. Done. Save this. Now I can call this method. Instead of writing this line, I'll write down on which page, guys. On which page this is account success page. So we have to create an object for the account success page. Account success page account success page is equal to new account success page, and say driver, pass the driver, guys, pass the driver over the mode on this account success page and import this. And now write down this account success page dot retrieve account success page heading. Okay, this will get the heading. After getting the heading, we are comparing that with the things. Okay, this is done, guys. This test is done. If this particular test is done, remaining all tests will be done very easily, guys. It will not take much time. Let me complete them. For the remaining tests also, I'll do the same process. Okay, so fine. So here we'll be writing register page is equal to new register page again. Copy this, paste it here. It will be simple now because we have already done the hard work. So register page dot enter first name. Okay, the first name is from here. Copy this, paste it here. Then register page dot enter last name, and this is the last name we are entering. Now register page dot enter email address. So these two things are done. Sorry, because that I have to copy this part, guys, for last name. Now remove these two parts. Here email address is this part. Copy this. Remove this. Now say register page dot enter. What is the next one? Telephone, right? Dot enter telephone number. Copy this part and put it here. This is also done. Now valid password, confirm also. This you can copy paste from here, guys. Okay. These two lines you can copy paste. These two lines are done. Next part is we are clicking on the newsletter option. For this hard-coded locator, we have not done anything in the page classes. So this is on the register page. Let's go to the register page.java and copy this XPath first of all. Copy this XPath and go to the register page.java and here create the web element. Private web element. Yes, newsletter option. Yes, newsletter option. This is @find by XPath is equal to view that XPath of that S newsletter option. Now create the action class, and this should be private. Did we create private? Yes. So let's create public void select Yes, newsletter option. Now here you can write down yes newsletter option dot click. That's it. Come back here. Now write down register page dot select yes newsletter option, and this line is not required anymore. Now select the privacy policy checkbox option. Register page dot select privacy policy. This line is done. Now you have to click on the continue button. Same thing. Register page dot click on continue button. This part is gone. Now this is account success page. Already we have written the account success page. String driver dot get text. Okay. This actually is okay. So we have to create an object for the account success page, and then these three lines, guys, just copy paste and replace these two lines with these three lines. It will be done. Okay. Done. Done, guys. Next one. Next one is again the same thing. Again, first name, last name, email, telephone with existing email address. Okay. This email address is something different, but remaining all are same. So we'll take the same thing. First three lines are same. So I'll remove these three lines. First three lines are same. These two lines I have to change same. And now while entering the email address, this should be careful. Register page dot enter email address, and we are entering the valid email address, which is nothing but an existing email address. Remove this part. Done. Enter the telephone password, confirm password, and then we have to select the newsletter option, then privacy policy, and click on the continue button. Everything is same. Okay. From here to here, everything is same. Guys. Okay. So I'll just replace all this stuff with this till the continue button. And now here a warning message will be coming, guys. Okay, we are getting that. You see, duplicate email warning message regarding the duplicate email addresses should be displayed. Okay, so kind of thing. Copy this XPath, and this message will come on the which page? On the register page only. We'll go to the register page and create the web element for that warning. Private web element duplicate email address warning at the rate find by XPath is equal to provide the XPath. Now for this, I have to create an action class. What I have to do with the action class, let's see. We have to retrieve that particular warning message text. For that, what I will do here, I'll say public void retrieve TRIVE retrieve TRE duplicate email address warning. Now here I'll say this duplicate email address warning dot get text, and here I'll store into the string duplicate email warning text, duplicate email warning text. I'll say return this duplicate email warning text, and the return type is string here. Done. Save this, come back here, and it's on the register page only, so I don't have to create anything. So simply I'll say, instead of writing this, I'll say register page dot retrieve duplicate email address warning. That's it. Okay, and remaining all are fine. Okay, now third test is completed. Let's go to the fourth test. Directly we are clicking on the continue button, guys. So first I'll say register page is equal to register page here, and directly I'll click on I'll simply say register page dot click on continue button directly. Okay, this line is not required anymore. For all these warning messages, we have to create the web elements, and all these warning messages will come on the register page only. So here, these hard-coded locators we have to take XPath expressions most probably. So go to the register page, create the web element, private web element. What is that warning? Is first name not first name warning, I guess. What is the first this warning we are checking here? Privacy policy warning. Yeah, say privacy policy warning. Privacy policy warning. And here I'll say at the rate find by path is equal to privacy policy warning. Okay. Create the method. You can create the method here itself, not a problem. Public void retrieve privacy policy warning. Here I'll say privacy policy warning dot get text. Get text. This will return privacy policy warning text is equal to, I'll return this, return privacy policy warning text, and this should be string. Done. Let's go back to this register.java and here write out here, instead of writing like this, we'll say register page dot retrieve privacy policy warning. Okay, that's it. Now next one is this one. This is first name warning. Copy this XPath of that first name warning. Come back here. Here create the web element, private web element, first name warning, at the rate find by, what was that? Path is equal to, provide the XPath. Now create the method, public string retrieve, same thing, retrieve first name warning. I'll copy paste from next time onwards. Okay. I'll say first name warning. Just copy these two lines. And here in place of this, I'll provide first name warning. Dot get text. I'll say first name warning text. And I'll return this first name warning text. That's it. Okay. Anything? Done. Now come back here and write down. Instead of writing like this, I'll simply say register page dot retrieve first name warning. Done. Now last name warning. This is last name warning. Copy this part. Copy this XPath of the last name warning and come back here. Create the web element first. Private web element last name warning, and here I write down at the rate find by XPath is equal to, provide the XPath of that last name warning and create the method public void try. I'll copy paste this method I told you, right? I'll just copy paste just to save time. Here I'll say last name warning. Here I'll also say last name warning text. Here I'll copy this last name warning and say dot get text. Here last name warning I'm returning. Okay, done. Come back here and here instead of writing driver.find element kind of dot get text and all, I'll write register page dot retrieve last name warning. Done. Next, let's remove the next hard-coded value. That is, this one is email warning. This is email warning, guys. Copy this email warning thing. So here write down private web element email warning at the rate find by XPath is equal to, provide the XPath of the email warning and save this. Now come back to the create a method public. Just copy paste this method so that it will not waste your time. Here retrieve email warning, and here I'll say email warning. Return this email warning, and also here email warning dot get text. Okay. Now go back and just remove this part. Easter dot page dot retrieve email warning. Done. Next one, telephone warning. This is copy this XPath of the telephone warning properly. Go back to the register page. Create the web element for a telephone warning. Private web element telephone warning. Result find by XPath is equal to provide the telephone warning. And now save this and create a create a action class action method public. So I'll copy paste this method so that will not waste our time. So here I'll write down retrieve telephone warning. Here telephone warning text, and here I'll say telephone warning dot get text web element dot get text, and here return the telephone warning text. Now come back and write down here register page dot retrieve telephone warning. Finally, password warning. Final thing is password. With this, we'll be done with the register page register dot Java test methods will be done with. Okay. Copy this. Okay. Enter XPath of that password warning. Come back here. This is the last item. The register page public web element, private web element password warning. Okay. At the rate find by XPath is equal to provide the XPath expression, and now come back here and create a method. The same method I'll copy paste. So retrieve password warning. Here also password warning text. Return the password warning text. And here web element should be password warning web element dot get text. Now come back to the register.java and write down register page dot retrieve password warning. Done. That's it, guys. Okay, we are done with all the tests. We completed all the tests, guys, all the 4 tests. Control Shift O, any unused import statements are there, they will be removed. Save this, close all this stuff. Now, last one is search, guys. It will not take much time because search is very simple. It's unlike register, we don't have so many fields or so many locators which need to be removed the hard coding of. So directly initialize and open the application URL. We'll go to this here on the home page. We have the search box field. On the home page, we have the search box field. Here name locator is there. So I'll first create an object for the home page. Home page is equal to new home page. I'll pass the driver. Put a semicolon. Hover the mouse on the home page and import this home page. And now say home page dot this locator is not removed from hard coding. So I'll copy this locator and go to the which page. This is home page, right? I'll go to the home page. Now on the home page, how many elements are created so far? My account, drop menu, login option, register option. I'll create one more element. Private web element. What is that option, guys? Search box field. Okay, search box field. I'll say at the rate find by name locator, right? Name is equal to. I'll copy paste the name locator. Okay. Now I'll create a method for this under the actions. That is public void enter search enter product details. Enter product name for to search into search box field. Enter product into search box field. Here string product text I'll say, and here I'll say search box field dot set keys and I'll give the product text here. Whatever the product text will pass, that will be added here. Okay. Now save this. So this is on the home page. So here homepage dot enter product into the search box field. Which product? Valid product this time. So this valid product is coming from the properties file. Okay. And remove this part. This is done. Then we have to click on the search button. So this is the search button, guys. We have to click on the search button, copy this, come back to the home page. And so here we have to create a web element for the search box, search button, private web element, search button. You have to click on the search button. So I'll write @ find by name is equal to, okay, name is equal to, not name. What is the locator for that search button? XPath, right? XPath. So I'll say XPath is equal to, I'll provide the XPath of the search button and create the method now under the actions. Required. Click on search button. Click on search button, and to click on the search button, what I will do, I'll just provide the search button, say .click. That's it. Now go to the search.java and here write down homepage dot click on homepage dot click on search button. Okay, this part is also done. Once I click on the search button, I'll get the search results. In the search results, on the search results page, we'll get this link text. This locator is available on the search results page. Okay, you see, once this search box field is on the home page, we already created the web element for the search box field on the home page and search button on the home page because it's available on the pages. So these are part of the home page. But when I enter a product and click on the search button, we'll get which page? Search page. Search page is coming. Search results page or search page is coming. You can call it as search page. In the search page, we are getting this item. Okay. So what I'll do is to verify this locator, to remove the hard coding of the locator, I have to create one more page that is called as search page. Like this, based on our requirements, we'll be creating the page classes, guys. Okay. Click on finish. While automating the requirements, test methods, accordingly, we'll create the things. Okay. So here I'll say private web element. What is on the search page, guys? First, this is a copy this link text locator. Valid product. This is a valid product. Okay. Valid HP product. Valid HP product, I'll say. Otherwise, import this web element. @ find by. So for valid, it is what link text, I guess. You see, this is the link text. Copy this and simply say link text is equal to you that HP thing. Now create the constructor public search page driver parameter. Now here import this web driver from Selenium and here page level also, class level also, give web driver. Then write down this dot driver is equal to driver. Now say page factory dot init elements driver comma this. Okay, like this you'll write. And now create the actions. What we have to do with this, let's go and check. So here, guys, we have to verify whether it is displayed or not. Okay, it is assert true, and we have to verify whether this product is displayed in the search results or not. Okay, for doing that, how to verify that? Public void status, right? Display status of what is that one? HP product. HP valid product. Like this, I'll create a method. And here I'll say valid HP product dot is displayed. It will return boolean value, boolean display status, and I'll return the display status. Okay, and this should be return type should be Boolean. Done. Save this. We'll call this method and it will return the Boolean value true or false. The option is displayed. So here we should not be writing is displayed anymore. For instead of this, we'll write first we have to create an object for the search page. Search page is equal to new search page, pass the driver, the semicolon, and import the search page from pages package, and now say search page dot display status of valid product. Okay, done. This test is done, guys. Now let's move to the next test. Here, search for invalid product. Again, the same code. Homepage is equal to, and on the homepage, I'll say homepage dot enter product into search box field. Okay, enter product name, which product name, invalid product name that I'm passing here. And then I'm clicking on the search button. That is this one only. Homepage dot click on search button. After I click on the search button, then on the search page, we have to get this message. Okay, so first we'll create the search page driver. And here actual search message. Okay, when the invalid product if you give means we'll get a message. Okay, some message you will get. There is no product available kind of message you will get in the search results page. Okay, this is what we are automating. If you give some Honda like this, you click on search button, you'll get there is no product. This is the text we are retrieving. Okay, this is the X path of that particular text. So we'll go here to the search page and create the web element, private web element, no product message, text, no product message, at the rate, find by. Here I'll say, what is that, guys? XPath, I guess XPath is equal to provide XPath. Done. Create the method, public void retrieve no product message text, no product message text. Okay, multiple times, that's okay. Okay, so no product message dot get text. This will return the text string. No product message text. Return with no product message text. When you call this method, the text will be written. This should be string. Done. Save this. Come back here. And here, instead of writing like this, get text and all, we'll say search page dot retrieve no product message text. That's it. Okay, all the locators got hard coding of all the locators got removed from second test. Third test is very easy, guys. It doesn't take much time. Okay, it's simple copy paste. Here we are not entering any product details and clicking on the search button. So directly we are clicking on the search button. So here this is clicking on the search button. Once you click on the search button, you'll get the same thing. These 3 lines you copy paste. Okay, we converted everything into the page object model design pattern, which is supported by Page Factory. Okay, so I didn't copy paste properly. We'll copy paste again. Yeah, still okay. It's copy pasted. Yes. Save this. All the tests we have removed the hard coding of the locators also using this page object model design pattern. Now, guys, I told you, right? There's one more advantage I told you. There's one more advantage of implementing this page object model design pattern, which is supported by Page Factory design pattern. The advantage here is here. If you open the login.java, earlier the tests were not readable. Now you can understand what's happening in the tests. If you write driver.find element, it's not understandable. But here you know, you are initializing the browser, opening the application URL. Here you know that you are clicking on my account on the home page. You are selecting the login option. You see the readability got increased. Readability of the automation test got increased. On the login page, you are entering the email address, password, you are entering. You can read the text, you read the code actually. Okay. Because of this page object model, the readability got increased. apart from removing the hard coding of the locators and maintenance of these locators, okay, readability of the code also got increased with the help of this page object model. These are the three advantages. If someone asks you what are the advantages of the page object model, these are the advantages, guys. The readability will get increased. Okay. So click on login button, then accounts we have to get the status of the whether account success page got displayed or not, edit your account information got displayed or not, like that. Yeah, you see readability got increased. Now, guys, I converted all the three classes containing the tests with this page object model design pattern. So what I will do is I'll open this testng.xml file and which will run this register and login and such tests. Let's see whether the tests are running still after converting to page object model. Are the tests running or not? Okay. Right click, run as TestNG suite. Let's see if it is running. We are good. Okay. Let's see whether tests are running. Restart tests are running, guys, on the Chrome browser, as you can see. Data-driven tests are there in login, guys. So we'll get more tests here. Apart from 12, we'll get extra 2. 14 should come. 14 tests should run because one of the tests in login is data-driven. To make this framework a hybrid framework, I implemented data-driven testing as part of this framework. So we have both the data-driven and page object model, page factory, and all those stuff. So it becomes this. Now this framework becomes a hybrid framework, guys. Okay. Keyword-driven is not required, guys. It's not generally used in real time. And if you create the keyword-driven into this framework, right, that will make the things unnecessarily difficult, complex. Okay. So whenever you have to create a keyword-driven framework, create it separately, guys. But in general, in real time, 99.9% projects are into this thing only. Page object model, page factory, design pattern implemented, frameworks are there. You see all the 14 tests got passed. Okay. So this framework is enough, guys. Okay. This framework is enough. Okay. You don't have to even go for keyword-driven framework. So this framework is enough. This is a general framework that we generally use. Okay, we'll go for Cucumber BDD in the upcoming sessions anyhow. So we'll take it to the next level. This framework will take it to the next level using Cucumber BDD and all. That is required, but keyword driven is not required. So based on the priorities, we are going to learn in this series. Fine. Okay, so the page object model design pattern tests are running fine. Then we have to do some more changes, guys. Okay, we have not optimized our code. We have simply written our code using the page object model design pattern for now. So we have to do some changes to these things. Okay, we have to reduce the number of lines and all those stuff. Even though the hard coding is removed completely in this session, so still we have some changes that we have to do. Okay, to reduce the number of lines and all those stuff. Okay, we have to be smart in writing some things. So all those things I'm going to cover in the next session. Okay, in the next session, because this is a lengthy session already, I don't want to proceed much in the same. In the next session, I'm going to continue with that. Okay, that thing. So guys, that's all for this session. In the next session, I'm going to continue this page object model design pattern and any other things that are okay that I need to implement. I'll cover in the next session. Okay. So see you in the next session. Thank you. Bye.